since 1994. The ANC won 159 of the 400 seats in the National Assembly. That is a sharp decline from the 230 seats President Cyril Ramaphosa's party claimed 5 years ago. So let's bring in our Chief Africa correspondent, Jennifer Zabazaja. Jennifer, many people are talking about the huge defeat that ANC saw on the back of these elections. How significant of a blow was it?
Right, Jumana, good morning to you. I mean, it was really significant, especially if you put it into the context that you were just mentioning there, what we saw from the ANC back in 2019. So it was really surprising to see that they just got 40% of the support of the electorate. And that's what you're seeing right there on the screen. And the main opposition party, the DA, remains the main opposition party there with just over 21%. And the big surprise here is really former President Jacob Zuma's MK party, just 6 months old, and garnering just over 14% of the vote, largely at the expense of the ANC. It's also been interesting to take a look at just how many voters sat this election out. We were talking about turnout just leading into the election, thinking that it could potentially surpass what we saw in 2019. It actually didn't. It was 58.61%, which is less than the 66% in 2019. And really what this goes to show is clearly the voters were sending a signal to the ruling party, to the ANC, that, you know, after years of economic mismanagement and a lot of corruption allegations, they potentially do, yes, want them at the helm, but want them to be governing with another party, which is essentially what they're going to need to do.
Yeah. And Jennifer, I guess the big question here, I mean, two that I can think of is one, what happens to President Ramaphosa himself? And two, which of the other parties will they choose to ally themselves with?
Right. And because of the support that they got, they have to align with another party. That is the plan. And so we actually did hear last night, Jumana, from President Cyril Ramaphosa, as these questions have been looming about what's next for him. Here's part of what he told us.
What this election has made plain is that the people of South Africa expect their leaders to work together to meet their needs. They expect the parties for which they have voted to find common ground, to overcome their differences, to act and work together for the good of everyone.
Yes, so act and work together for the good of everyone. But the ANC is going to have to make a lot of compromises that they probably were not hoping that they would need to. And the talks are actually going to start today. So we're going to find out in the next few days what the top leaders of the ANC, what their decisions are in terms of who they'll work with. Potentially, would it be the main opposition party, the Democratic Alliance? That would be something that the market would be quite pleased by. But there are some people within the ANC who say their ideologies are too